Twin sisters&rsquo, legacy is feeding the hungry. Knoxville, TN, Helen Ashe, 90, started the non-profit The Love Kitchen, which gives Knoxville's needy a place for food, clothes and fellowship, with her twin sister, Ellen Turner, exactly 32 years ago. Mrs. Turner, older by 5 minutes, died in 2015. Before that, the sisters were frequently seen in public together, usually in matching outfits, at community events, at the Love Kitchen itself, where both continued to spend time long after a board of directors and a cadre of volunteers took over the day-to-day operations, and even on national television. In the 1990s, the sisters appeared on the Sally Jessy Raphael Show. In 2011, they appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show and The Secret Millionaire, garnering a year's worth of food from Kroger and a $20,000 donation to their charity. Their national fame didn't distract Mrs. Ashe and Mrs. Turner from their mission. It was on February 13, 1986, that the two started the Love Kitchen in an East Knoxville church basement. It moved around before finding a permanent home at 2418 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, with help from a city grant. Today, it serves more than 3,000 meals each week, delivering more than 80% of those to homebound people. Every Wednesday, an in-house breakfast is followed by the distribution of emergency food bags filled with both canned and dry goods. Every Thursday, the Love Kitchen serves an in-house lunch before volunteers deliver meals to the elderly, disabled, and homebound. Born in Abbeville, South Carolina, to sharecropper parents, Mrs. Ashe and Mrs. Turner moved to Knoxville, home of their favorite aunt, Eva Sem, in 1946. They were 18 years old. The money to relocate was a graduation gift from their parents. Mrs. Ashe, like her sister, was a pioneer in integration, becoming the first black resident of her East 5th Avenue block. The two operated restaurants before both pursuing trailblazing careers as nurses. Before health issues forced their retirements, both worked for the University of Tennessee Medical Center, Mrs. Ashe with indigent patients, and Mrs. Turner in medicine and surgery. It was after her retirement from nursing that Mrs. Ashe, seeing a soup kitchen at Church Street United Methodist Church, had the dream to feed the hungry of East Knoxville and called up her sister with a plan to act on it. Initially, the Bethel Love Kitchen opened in the basement of Bethel Lane Church, 2460 Parkview Avenue, feeding 22 people the first day, a Thursday. The sisters routinely made the home cooking style meals Wednesday nights and Thursday mornings, serving lunch Thursdays. At one point, in between larger spaces, the Love Kitchen briefly operated out of the car truck of Mrs. Ashe's husband, Henry Ashe, who died in 1994. Mrs. Ashe, widely known as a hugger, coined the charity's motto, "Everybody is God's somebody," and repeatedly said of those who entered, "As long as they're hungry, we'll feed them." More. Mayor Tim Burchett presents Love Kitchen Valentine's Cash. More. Mary Kerr talks about volunteering at the Love Kitchen in 2011. Both twins has a serious health scare, battling flu and pneumonia and spending time in the hospital. But after a recovery of several months, they returned to the kitchen they founded, to work. "I just can't describe the feeling of getting back in this Love Kitchen that I love so much," Mrs. Ashe said then. "This is what made us stay alive. We want to stay alive to come here, and we thank you for everything that you do for us." But she knew it was in good hands. The Love Kitchen continues, as Mrs. Ashe intended when she founded it, to use only unpaid volunteers. They did the work and kept this Love Kitchen going, she said. "Most people reach celebrity by being on top," said Mrs. Ashe's grandson Stanley Cash, a lieutenant with the Knoxville Police Department, who said she and Mrs. Turner had a profound influence on his brothers and him. The recognition she gained throughout her life was the opposite. She met people when they were at their lowest, hungry, tired, hopeless and battered by life. At that moment she extended love and expected nothing in return. She was slow to judge, quick to help and open to all. It goes without saying our family will miss her immeasurably. Knoxville Mayor Madeline Rogero said the sisters were beloved by many thousands of people in our community. Love Kitchen co-founder Helen Ashe died Tuesday morning in her sleep, the charity said in a statement. Mrs. Ashe and her late twin sister Ellen Turner led by example, and they were cherished nationally for their selfless giving, Rogero said. Helen and Ellen will long be remembered for their compassion. As many people have said many times, the Love Kitchen feeds both body and soul, providing not just meals to the hungry but comfort and love. In a statement, the Love Kitchen said it would announce arrangements when they are complete. As Helen would want, the Love Kitchen will remain open this week, feeding and caring for those in our community who need it the most, a statement from the nonprofit said. How about a little more happiness? Join us to get the best of humankind in your inbox. We always have something good to share.